Money doesn't come with instructions, and retirement certainly doesn't hand you a roadmap. One day you're juggling bills, jobs, and raising kids, and the next you're staring down a fixed income, wondering if your savings will stretch as far as your years. It's not about being reckless, it's just that no one really tells you how different money feels after 60. Every dollar starts to look a little more serious, and every choice, from where you live to how you spend a Sunday afternoon, can quietly tug on your wallet. Now, here's the truth many people won't say out loud. Most seniors make money mistakes not because they're bad with finances, but because life changes, and our habits don't always keep up. We keep doing what worked before without realizing the game has changed. But the good news? These mistakes are fixable. Sometimes it just takes a small shift in thinking or one smart move to turn things around. Let's start with one of the biggest financial blind spots that catches people off guard after retirement, and it's one many don't see coming until it's already draining their budget. Mistake number 1: underestimating healthcare costs. There's this comforting idea that once you hit a certain age, Medicare will take care of everything. But the reality? It doesn't. Medicare helps, yes, but it doesn't cover dental, vision, hearing aids, or most long-term care. A lot of people find this out the hard way, often in the middle of a health crisis. You might go in for what seems like a routine checkup, and suddenly you're shelling out hundreds for tests, medications, or specialists that fall outside of your coverage. And if you ever need help at home or in an assisted living facility, that can drain tens of thousands from your savings in the blink of an eye. The fix starts with awareness. If you're not already reviewing your Medicare plan annually, start. Plans change, and so do your health needs. Consider supplemental insurance or a Medicare Advantage plan that covers some of those extras. And just as important, set aside a small emergency health fund, even if it's just a little each month. Think of it as your peace of mind fund, something that helps you breathe easier when life throws a curveball. And don't forget preventive care. Catching health issues early saves both your well-being and your bank account. Keep up with screenings, take advantage of free annual wellness visits, and don't ignore little symptoms. They often cost less to deal with sooner than later. Mistake number 2: giving too much financial help to adult children. This one is hard, emotionally hard. Because when you're a parent, that instinct to protect and provide doesn't go away just because your kids are grown. Maybe they're struggling with rent, paying off debt, or just trying to make ends meet. So you help. A little here, a little there. But over time, those little bits can quietly chip away at your financial stability. Here's what many seniors don't realize until it's too late. Your children have decades ahead to earn, recover, and rebuild. You don't. If you dip too deep into your savings now, it's not just your lifestyle that suffers, it's your independence. And in some cases, it can lead to relying on the very children you were trying to help. This doesn't mean cutting your kids off cold. It means drawing clear boundaries with love and wisdom. Instead of handing out cash, think about offering support in other ways, like helping them budget, co-signing only if absolutely necessary, and understanding the risk, or encouraging them to seek financial counseling. It's okay to say, "I love you, but I need to make sure I can take care of myself first." Because the truth is, the greatest gift you can give your children isn't just financial support now. It's not becoming a financial burden to them later. And if you're already feeling the pinch from past help, don't beat yourself up. You did what felt right. Just know that it's never too late to pivot. Start having honest conversations with your family. Set limits, create a budget that protects your needs, and let them know that your stability is just as important as theirs. When it comes down to it, financial health after 60 isn't about getting everything perfect. It's about being aware, making small course corrections, and knowing that every smart choice, no matter how small, helps build a more secure and peaceful future. Now that we've tackled healthcare and family finances, let's keep going. There's another common misstep that's often overlooked, yet it quietly erodes peace of mind and financial strength. Let's take a closer look. It's one thing to watch your spending. It's another to actually understand where your money is going and why. And that brings us to something that might sound harmless, even old-fashioned, but it's actually one of the most costly financial mistakes older adults make. Mistake number 3, not having or not sticking to a budget. Let's be honest. The word budget doesn't sound fun. Reminds most of us of restrictions, cutting back, or living without. But a budget isn't about denial, it's about clarity. It's about knowing exactly where your money goes so you can decide what stays and what goes. And after 60, that clarity becomes more important than ever. Retirement often brings in less money than you're used to. The paychecks stop, but the expenses keep coming. Groceries, utilities, medications, property taxes, they don't care how old you are. And those little extras? Like grabbing lunch out, buying gifts for the grandkids, or ordering from that tempting catalog, they add up fast when you're not tracking. The fix isn't complicated. Start with a simple monthly breakdown. What's coming in, what's going out, and what's left. Then ask yourself, what's essential and what's emotional? You don't need to track every penny forever, but doing it for a few months can reveal patterns you didn't even know existed. There are easy tools you can use: budgeting apps, printable worksheets, or just an old notebook. The format doesn't matter. What matters is that you know your numbers. And once you see them clearly, you'll find that the small changes, like canceling unused subscriptions or switching to generic prescriptions, can make a surprisingly big difference. Now, let's talk about something most of us don't like to think about, but absolutely need to face head-on. Because ignoring it doesn't make it go away. Mistake number 4, avoiding estate planning and legal documents. It's uncomfortable. No one likes talking about wills, powers of attorney, or what should happen just in case. But putting these things off doesn't protect you. It puts your family in a very vulnerable place when things take an unexpected turn, and life will take unexpected turns. Without the right documents in place, even simple tasks, like accessing your bank account or making a medical decision on your behalf, become legal nightmares for the people you love. And the longer you delay, the harder those decisions become. Estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for anyone who wants a say in how their money, belongings, or health decisions are handled. A basic will, a healthcare proxy, and a financial power of attorney, these 3 documents alone can save your family stress, time, and money. And here's the best part. Getting this done isn't as expensive or complicated as people think. Many communities offer free or low-cost legal help for seniors. Some online services even walk you through it step by step. What matters is that you take the step. Because planning now is a powerful gift, not just to yourself, but to the people who care about you most. Now let's shift gears a bit. Because sometimes the biggest money mistake isn't what you do, it's what you don't change. And this next one catches a lot of people off guard, even those who consider themselves financially savvy. Mistake number 5, keeping too much money in cash or low-interest accounts. After decades of working, saving, and maybe even surviving a few financial storms, it's only natural to want to play it safe. Many seniors feel more comfortable keeping their money in the bank, where it feels secure. But here's the problem. While your money might be sitting safely, it's also quietly losing value. Interest rates on traditional savings accounts are often lower than inflation. That means every year, the money you've worked so hard to save buys less. Over time, that erodes your financial power. What felt like a cushion becomes more like a thin blanket. Now, this doesn't mean you need to throw your savings into the stock market. But it does mean it's worth sitting down, either with a trusted advisor or through a reputable senior financial education group, and reviewing your options. Sometimes a well-balanced, conservative investment strategy can protect your money while still helping it grow. Think of it like planting a garden. You don't put all your seeds in one pot and hope for the best. You spread them out, choose the right spots, and check on them regularly. The same goes for your savings. With the right mix, cash for short-term needs, bonds or dividend-paying funds for slow growth, maybe a little stock exposure for the long haul, you create something that supports you over time. If you haven't reviewed where your money is sitting in a few years, now's a good time. A small tweak, like moving part of your savings into a higher yield account or reviewing a fixed annuity option, could make your money work harder without adding much risk. Managing finances after 60 doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's not about being perfect or knowing everything. It's about staying curious, asking good questions, and being willing to adjust. Let's keep that momentum going. Because there's another mistake, subtle but powerful, that many seniors fall into without even realizing it. And correcting it could mean the difference between just getting by and truly enjoying the freedom you've earned. By now, you've probably noticed that most money mistakes in our later years aren't about wild spending or risky behavior. They're usually quiet choices, little habits, things that don't seem like a big deal until they start stacking up. And this next one is one of the quietest, but it might just be costing you the most peace of mind. Mistake number 6, helping others financially without a plan. You love your family. That's never in question. And when someone you care about is struggling, maybe a grown child who lost their job, a grandchild with tuition bills, or a relative facing health issues, your first instinct is to help. It's natural. It's generous. But it can also become a hidden drain on your financial stability if it isn't handled carefully. Many seniors fall into the trap of giving too much, too often, without setting clear boundaries or checking if they can truly afford it. It might start with paying a phone bill here or covering rent for a few months. But over time, this kind of support can become expected, even relied upon, and that puts both your financial future and your relationships at risk. Here's the hard truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you spend down your savings trying to rescue others, you may eventually need rescuing yourself. And nobody wants that, not you, and certainly not the people who care about you. The solution isn't to stop helping altogether. It's to help wisely. Start by setting a clear budget for financial gifts or support, a number that won't affect your essentials or your emergency cushion. Make the support temporary, not indefinite. And when possible, offer non-financial help instead. Mentoring, babysitting, job connections, or just being a listening ear. Remember, saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you responsible. It shows your family that you value your independence and theirs. It also opens up more opportunities to support them in ways that build their long-term strength, not just put a band-aid on short-term problems. And finally, let's talk about a mistake that's easy to make, especially in a world that's changing faster than ever. Mistake number 7, falling for scams or financial misinformation. You've seen it before. A call from someone claiming to be the IRS. An email saying you've won a prize if you just send a processing fee. A message that your bank account was frozen and needs immediate action. They're designed to trigger fear or excitement and then rush you into action before you have time to think. Unfortunately, older adults are targeted more than any other age group when it comes to scams. But because many scammers assume you've built up savings, and because they count on the fact that you weren't born into the digital world, you had to adapt to it. But knowledge is power, and awareness is your best defense. Always remember this: real institutions, like your bank, Medicare, or the IRS, will never ask for sensitive information over email or text. They won't pressure you to act immediately or threaten you with arrest if you don't. If you're unsure about a phone call, email, or message, don't respond. Take a breath. Then call a trusted friend or family member. You can also contact the organization directly using a verified number from their official website. It's better to double-check than to regret. And misinformation doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it's that neighbor who's sure about the next big investment, or a friend forwarding you a post they saw online that promises guaranteed returns. The best way to protect yourself? Stick with licensed professionals, reliable sources, and always ask questions, even the uncomfortable ones. You've worked too hard to build what you have. Don't let someone who doesn't care about your future take it from you. So, let's take a breath and look at the big picture. You're not alone. Nearly every senior has made at least one of these mistakes, often without even realizing it. The good news? None of them are permanent. And it's never too late to make changes that give you more confidence, more control, and more peace of mind. Start small. Choose one area, maybe making a budget or having that legal conversation you've been putting off. Then build from there. Every smart choice you make, no matter how minor it seems, adds up to something powerful over time. You deserve a retirement that isn't filled with worry, but with freedom to travel, to rest, to explore new interests, or to simply enjoy the people and moments that make life meaningful. Your money should support your life, not stress it. If you found something in this video that hit home, share your thoughts in the comments. We learn best when we learn together. And someone out there might need to hear your experience to feel encouraged. Don't forget to like the video if it helped you, and subscribe if you'd like more down-to-earth, practical tips just like this. We're building a community here, and you're a vital part of it. Here's to living smarter, safer, and happier, no matter what age you are.